Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing partly cloudy skies out there this morning with temperatures climbing into the mid 40s at this time and still seeing a light northeasterly wind. Overall, expecting dry conditions to prevail as we move through the day today. We'll see some rain chances returning as we move through the weekend with the best chance of widespread rain moving in as we go through Sunday evening. Looking at the current surface analysis, we have the area of high pressure over the northeast. We'll see that start to move off to the east and loosen its grip over the local region with this area of low pressure tracking into the Great Lakes. That's going to bring a warm front through our area, bring some milder temperatures and a slight chance of rain across the area as we move through Saturday into Sunday, and then the better chance of rain will come with this trailing cold front Sunday evening. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning sounding, seeing northeasterly winds near the surface around 12 knots, and then fairly light winds through the remainder of the column with our peak wind of 16 knots at 25,000 feet, and overall fairly mostly westerly winds with just some variable layers in there as well. And the freezing level today was at 2,900 feet. If we look at our current visible satellite, we can see mainly high clouds across the area. The lower level clouds that were around this morning have receded off the coast and do have some additional low and mid-level clouds off to the southwest. We'll see those gradually building into the area as we move through the day today, becoming mostly cloudy to overcast by the time we get into the overnight time frame. If we look at the high-res model here for the weekend forecast, again, dry weather will prevail as we move through the day today, just increasing clouds and a light onshore breeze. Going through the overnight, we should see mainly dry conditions, but we do have a chance of some low clouds moving in as much of the rain activity will stay well to our north and northwest. But moving into the start of the day on Saturday, we'll see some light radar returns passing through on the model here, indicating a slight chance of maybe a few light sprinkles or a light shower passing through, but not expecting much impact with that or much in the way of accumulation. Would be brief light rain that possibly moving through the area, and that will continue as we move overnight into the start of the day on Sunday. As we go through Sunday, we'll see that rain activity moving further north, and we'll see a breezy southerly flow picking up ahead of the cold boundary that will start to approach the area as we get later in the day on Sunday and more so into the evening, as you can see that more widespread shower activity approaching. If we zoom out and look at the European model here, starting off Sunday evening, we see that widespread rain pushing through the area overnight, Sunday night, and to the early morning hours of Monday. Should see things wrapping up as we get into the start of the day on Monday, with not much cold air behind that front. Should stay fairly seasonable to just above average as we move through Monday. We'll see some clearing skies and dry conditions that will continue into the start of Tuesday. And as you can see, an area of low pressure, fairly weak area of low pressure, comes together and pushes across the country into the region as we move into our New Year's Eve, bringing a chance for some rain showers around the area, mainly during the later afternoon and early evening hours. Could have it wrapping up by the time we get to the midnight time frame, and then behind that we will actually see some much more seasonably colder air moving into the area as things dry out and clouds start to clear, and then we will see some breezy conditions behind that as well, with some on and off, partly to mostly cloudiness through the daytime hours. So looking at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we'll see green conditions through our working hours today. We'll see our high temperature up around 50 degrees this afternoon. Winds staying onshore around 5 to 10 knots out of the east-northeast to east-southeast. And then we'll see those increasing clouds. Could see a ceiling develop this afternoon around 3,000 feet. And then that ceiling likely dropping a bit to around 2,500 feet through the overnight time frame as things become overcast. We'll see our low temperature early in the evening around 44 degrees. And then as those winds become more southerly, we'll see moderating temperatures as we get into our early Saturday morning time frame with well above average temperatures for that time frame for this time of year. We do have a yellow risk for some reduced ceilings as we move past the 20 local time frame, mainly past the 22 local time frame, as we'll have a chance of some low clouds around 800 feet moving through the area. Tides are running slightly above normal. And looking at the extended forecast here, as mentioned, Saturday into Saturday evening, we'll keep about 25% chance of a light rain shower pushing through the area. We'll have a milder day with a high around 59 degrees, and even milder as we move into Sunday with our highs getting into the low 60s, and that better chance of rain moving in during that overnight time frame or late evening Sunday That looks to be about an 80% chance. And then still looking at mild conditions for Monday with a high of 59 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy conditions and some slightly breezy conditions for Monday. And we'll keep fairly good conditions for much of the day for Tuesday, but increasing clouds and eventually seeing those rain chances during the PM time frame. Looks to be about a 50% chance of rain at this time with some mild high temperature around 58 degrees. We'll stay fairly mild for Wednesday. We'll see some breezier conditions as clouds start to clear. Looking at our high temperature around 55 degrees, but then we'll start to see that colder air moving in as we get to the second part of the day, setting up for back to seasonable conditions as we get into the later part of the week, looking at our lows back in the 30s and our highs back in the 40s. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.